Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. Gonna read through the full article here. There is a link in the description. It's an absolutely horrific subject. It beggars belief. I do need to give you a trigger warning. This does involve sexual assault, SA, specifically rape. Allegedly, an anaesthetist raped a pregnant woman while she was drugged and while she was undergoing a Caesarean. This occurred in Brazil. And this is a bit of an update in that it's possible that the same anaesthetist carried out two identical attacks on two other mothers the same day. So that could mean that this anaesthetist raped three women in the same day, each whilst they were drugged and undergoing a Caesarean section. So absolutely crazy. We're going to have a look through the details, and apologies for any mispronunciation. If you do appreciate the coverage of this topic, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit. An anaesthetist who allegedly raped a pregnant woman during a C-section, a Caesarean section, may have carried out attacks on two more mothers on the exact same day. Here is the scumbag in question. His name is Giovanni Quintela Bezerra, 32 years of age. He's been arrested on suspicion of rape after he was secretly filmed putting his penis into the woman's mouth. After he heavily sedated her at the Hospital de Mulher in São João de Meriti, Rio de Janeiro. That hospital there, Rio de Janeiro. The woman's husband was told to leave the room without being able to see his newborn baby, and only found out about what had happened when he recognized the doctor on television after his arrest. The woman told family that she thought she was having an hallucination at the time of the attack. She couldn't believe that it was happening. The scumbag in question, or rather the alleged scumbag, Giovanni Quintela Bezerra, only completed his medical training in anesthesia 2 months ago. Anesthesia? Okay. So he's only recently been certified. Hospital staff were reportedly worried about the amount of drugs he was given to his patients, so they fitted a secret camera to see what he was up to. That's a bit bizarre, isn't it? They were horrified to see him sexually assaulting the woman as other doctors performed the C-section on her less than a meter away behind a surgical curtain. This is absolute craziness. He reportedly assaulted her for almost 10 minutes. Staff members who recorded the rape said the doctor had already carried out two similar procedures that day, with police investigating whether those women were also victims of attack. During the C-sections, he would position himself close to the unconscious patient and set up a surgical curtain, obscuring them from view. Staff members became suspicious as the doctor would use so much anesthetic that the mothers would be unable to hold their babies after delivering. So I'm just scratching my head here. I'm trying to understand what was going on. So there was a surgical curtain. If I'm understanding correctly, and I think I must be, the other doctors, the other surgeons within the theatre, the medical theatre, and the nurses, of course, they're all in the same room. They're all in the same room. And this guy is in the same room, and he's giving the patients too much anesthesia, and he's sexually assaulting them. Seemingly to the extent that he's, forgive me, putting his penis in the victim's mouth. He's forcing the victim, perhaps victims, to perform oral sex on him with the other doctors in the room, with the other nurses in the room. I mean, this is bizarre. How sick, of course, but how brazen? And how could this not be recognized by the other people in the room? That part is really confusing me. I mean, they were suspicious enough to set up a camera. Could they not just turn their head and see? Could they not just like walk to that part of the room? I'm just finding this difficult to process. The investigation has been opened, an internal investigation. The hospital rather, is providing full support to the victim and her family. This behaviour constitutes a crime which must be punished in accordance with the legislation in force. And that's pretty much all we know at this point in time. He's facing charges of rape with a prison sentence ranging from 8 to 15 years in Brazil. What an absolute sick cunt. What an absolute fucking disgusting piece of shit. I believe he's guilty. Of course, this is my own opinion. And I have seen an image online, just a still image of seemingly what the other staff recorded. I saw an image of a blurred out woman in, I guess, a surgical gown or such, with a man standing very close to her. So, you know, they've got this on video. That's what we're being told here. So they know this is fact. That's my take on it. I am absolutely sickened. This is a medical professional. What has made him so sick? What has made him so insane? He's a medical professional, and it's absolutely disgusting. But another part of it is I don't understand how the other people involved in the theatre weren't aware of that something untoward was going on. How big was this surgical shield? How do they describe it? So, I mean, yeah, just to go over this part here, they were horrified to see him sexually assaulting the woman as other doctors performed the C-section on her less than a metre away, behind a surgical curtain. He reportedly assaulted her for almost 10 minutes. How could the other doctors not be aware? I don't get that part. And how fucking, again, brazen. He's doing this in front of other people, no less doctors and nurses, no less whilst the victim is having surgery performed on them. This is utter madness. This is, you know, this is beyond. This is not normal rape. This is a complete psychopath, if these allegations are true. 8 to 15 years doesn't cut it. Not for this freak. I'm going to wrap things up at this point, guys. Of course, full condolences to the victims. I mean, I'll say this. Hopefully these aren't untoward words. But I mean, I hope it just is the one victim. I hope he didn't do this throughout the 2 months that he was practicing. But full condolences to all of the victims and their families. I hope this guy gets exactly what he deserves, which is a heck of a lot of punishment. Going to wrap things up here. If I've done a half decent job of covering this absolutely sick topic, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit, and take care.